So, another year, another E3. You know, last year I did my E3 episode because the show was just so terrible that people honestly thought there was nothing of value shown, so I figured I'd scour through there and find something worth getting excited about, because there were a few things. However, this year, someone actually requested that I do an episode. It's actually easy to see why. A lot of people were thinking that this E3 would be the death of video games. Much to our surprise, though, this was one of the best E3s in years. Holy crap! Of course, the reason we thought video games were going to be completely destroyed this year was because of the Xbox One. Egad, I could go on for hours about how much of a stupid fucking mess this piece of shit is. But to make a long story short, it's a giant pile of bad decisions and stupid ideas. People have barely even scratched the surface of how much of a bad idea this system is. Seriously, not even kidding. But the big thing is, it has some very intrusive DRM that requires an internet connection to the servers. So here's my question as a game collector. What happens in 10-15 years when they shut the servers down for the Xbox One? So all my Xbox One games suddenly become worthless and I can never play them again? Then why would I ever buy them? However, credit where credit's due, Microsoft actually had a really good press conference. I'm serious. They did the only thing they could do in their situation. They showed nothing but games, didn't really talk about the system or its features, just trailers, and hoped that people would forget how much of a piece of shit the fucking thing was. And they showed some interesting things. You know, there was a lot of worthless pre-rendered trailers, or just, this is totally in-game footage, and then they show a damn cutscene that doesn't tell you anything. But there was some stuff that got me excited. However, what I took away from the conference was a gigantic fuck you to Kinect owners. I'm serious, not only because they weirdly didn't show a single Kinect game, even though the Kinect is now built into the system, but because two of the new Xbox One games they showed were actually hijacked Kinect games. Like Rise. Remember Rise? That was gonna be that cool first-person sword-swinging game on Kinect that practically sold a bunch of people on the stupid thing. And now they're like, oh yeah, you know that thing we were sold you on the Kinect with? Yeah, that's gonna be an Xbox One game now, and it's not gonna use the Kinect, and now it looks like a boring, sluggish piece of shit. I'm sorry, that game looks like crap. However, the one that really got me was Crimson Dragon. You know, the Panzer Dragoon-esque game from the same team that was supposed to come out on Kinect years ago. It was actually completely finished and running and even accidentally leaked to Japanese Xbox Live. It was supposed to be an Xbox Live arcade game, and here's actual footage of it running back in 2012 from the leaked copy on the 360. Yeah! They decided to take that game, move it to the Xbox One, not change a single fucking thing, and now it's going to be a full-price game? Are you fucking shitting me? I mean, yes, the game looks like it's worth full price, but you just took a $15 360 Xbox Live Arcade game, didn't change a fucking thing. The graphics look damn identical, and now you're just gonna put it on Xbox One and expect me to pay 60 some odd dollars for it? Oh, are you fucking shitting me? What the fuck? That's not even getting into the number of friends of mine that actually bought a Kinect just to play this game. Oh, I can't even imagine breaking the news to them about this shit. You are seriously taking a 360, a $15 game, and charging me 60 bucks on a $500 system to play. It's a damn 360 game, you motherfuckers! And the worst part is, it's the best looking thing on Xbox One. and it looks identical to how it did on 360. Here's how it looked actually running on someone's 360 that has a leaked copy. It looks exactly the fucking same. So, you're seriously fucking telling me that the best looking game on Xbox One is a port of a 360 game that you didn't change a damn thing in? Fuck you, Microsoft! Go fuck yourselves, you cocksuckers! Oh my fuck! Are you shitting me? The only worthwhile thing to come out of this is that they've removed the Kinect control, or rather it's optional now. Thank fucking goodness, but fat lot of good that does me, because even if this is one of the greatest rail shooters of all time, it won't even fucking matter, because in a couple of years, oh hey, now it's just going to randomly just stop working, because Microsoft's not going to keep their Xbox One servers up. Fuck you guys! Seriously, fuck y'all! Alright, the day after recording that, I hear they actually are trying to enhance the graphics and add more to the game in order to help justify the fact that it's now a full-priced Xbox One release. Still mad, though, because this is the one thing that could sell me on an Xbox One. I'm sorry, rail shooter with monster training elements? This is basically the best looking next-gen game I saw at E3. Like, in terms of concept and execution and everything, and I'm pissed, because it's the one thing that could almost sell me on an Xbox One. In fact, I'll probably get one eventually to play the game after they start doing some price drops, and it's going to be like my tertiary console that I just used to play Crimson Dragon, because I need to play this game. I know a lot of people were really excited about Sunset Overdrive. I saw a pre-rendered CG trailer for some kind of shooter MMORPG. It could be cool. I like that it's colorful, but I strangely just don't give a fuck. Which brings us to Sony's press conference, which I gotta be honest was actually kinda disappointing. I mean, it got off to a slow-ass start. They were rambling on about the Vita. They were utterly destroying the fucking hype. They weren't even really showing any games I was really interested in. But as a friend of mine put it, they were being fashionably late. Because then they come in with Final Fantasy Versus 13, which they're now renaming Final Fantasy 15, which I have a little bit of an issue with, you know. I get it, they spent that much time working on this fucking game, it's been in such development hell that the only way they can justify it is to make it a numbered Final Fantasy, and it looks like a damn good time. My only issue here is the fact that it's an action RPG, and they're gonna number it like a core Final Fantasy, but then again, we've got 11 and 14, which are MMORPGs, they're calling those core entries in the series. So fuck it, it really doesn't matter. The only reason I'm even remotely annoyed by this, and that's the proper term, annoyed, is the fact there's a bunch of dipshits who are all like, turn-based battle systems are outdated, everything should just be action battle systems, because they're better. To them, I say fuck you. Seriously, if you honestly believe that, then you probably just haven't played a good turn-based battle system. I mean, it is true that, weirdly, all the popular RPGs that have turn-based battle systems generally have really shitty turn-based battle systems. They can be good. Still, Final Fantasy Versus 13, 15, whatever we want to call it now, looks like a damn fun time. I do worry about if there's going to be more than one playable character. I really hope there is. But yeah, that looks like a fun time. And then they showed Kingdom Hearts 3, also awesome. Supposedly these games are going multi-platform, so I guess that means you can pick them up on Xbox One, but it doesn't fucking matter, because this is where they drop the bomb. At this point, Sony revealed, oh hey, we're gonna allow you to have used games. You can sell your games. We respect the customer. And there was like a standing fucking ovation. So really, it doesn't even matter that you can get these things on Xbox One, because you don't even really own them on Xbox One the way you do on PS3. Although, having said that, There's nothing to indicate that Kingdom Hearts 3 isn't coming to Wii U. We don't know what system they meant with multi-platform as far as I know, and I think the Wii U could actually handle Kingdom Hearts 3. Just a theory. That'd be kinda cool. Now, having said that, some dipshit game journalists have tried to spin this into a scandal because they're fuckwits. There have been some people who are like, oh, well, third parties still get the last say on DRM, so the PS4 is gonna have just as much DRM as the Xbox One. No, let me explain. The Xbox One has DRM because the games are mandatory installs because it's a fucking PC, and as such, yeah, it has to have DRM because otherwise you could just copy the game onto everyone's system. So yes, all the publishers are going to opt into the DRM even though they can technically opt out of it. It's kind of integrated into the system. What Sony was saying is that the PS4 is going to be the same damn thing as the PS3, where if developers and publishers want to, they can go ahead and they can do online passes. And I know online passes annoy a lot of people, and they're all, and you can say, well, Sony should stop that. Sony's in no position to stop that, alright? If they did that, then EA could, like, give them the middle finger. They could just walk and be, like, Microsoft exclusive. It would be really fucked up. Also, people have, so, like, that's a bit of a thing, you know? You gotta let the developers do what they want to do, but they're not endorsing DRM. They don't have a built-in DRM infrastructure. But the most amazing thing was the video they uploaded to YouTube after that.
This is how you share your games on PS4.
Thanks.
PlayStation.
Egad, this is like a public fucking pantsing of Microsoft. Now I get that a bunch of people think it's pretty sad that we're literally applauding the status quo. We're giving a standing ovation to not getting fucked. But here's the deal. Sony could have fucked us. They had every opportunity to, and that's what Microsoft was literally banking on. I mean, Microsoft's entire plan here is gamers, gamer boycotts and gamer rage doesn't fucking matter. They'll buy things to play the video games they want to play, so we've got this shit in the bag. We don't need to worry about them. And if Sony was doing the same shit, if they were fucking us just as hard, Microsoft would have won. We all would have said, well, we're getting fucked either way, and we want these games, and we've already got our Xbox Live accounts, and fuck it, I guess we'll do the Xbox One. Why not? However, Sony didn't fuck us. They gave us an alternative that, in every other way, is practically identical to the Xbox One. Except it doesn't have the bullshit DRM. They've given us an alternative, and now most of the games we want, we can buy on that. And it's very easy to say, fuck the Xbox One. If they want me to buy this game, they should release it on the PlayStation 4. It works out much better this way. So what we're applauding and giving the standing ovation to is the fact that Sony heard us. They heard the Twitter campaign. They heard people saying, don't fuck us. They listened. And that standing ovation sent a ripple through the industry. Here's the kicker. Ubisoft and EA, the game publishers most people are thinking came up with the idea of this intrusive ass DRM, actually came out and said, oh no, used games are a good thing. They're good for the industry. I'm sorry, what? You fuckers, just like a year or two ago, were telling us that used games were destroying the industry, and now you're telling us that they're a good thing? Which is true, they are. I mean, let me put it to you like this. Yeah, developers don't make any money off of used games. However, used games enable people to buy more games by trading in old games. In a way, when someone trades in a game, that's because they weren't pleased with it, or they were done with it, or the game has basically finished their job and they're passing the value along to another person. It does make sense. And those people who, like, buy a game and then trade it back in the same week or the following week, those people are fucking idiots, and they could have just rented the game. You're making more money this way instead of less money. It's actually kind of funny, and I know some people who think they're so clever because they do that. However, if you want to talk about my favorite conference at E3, it wasn't even really a press conference. That would be the Nintendo Direct, which I heard a lot of people were really disappointed. Yo, where's the Zelda? Where's the Metroid? Me, personally, favorite thing I saw at E3. Of course it fucking is. I love Nintendo games. I like bright colors. My personal motto is fuck realism, and no one fucks realism quite like Nintendo. Some people were saying, oh, but they didn't show anything new. Alright, first of all, the thing that really impressed me, Super Mario 3D World. Alright, I didn't really like 3D Land, but this has me excited. First of all, 4 playable characters. Playable Peach, with the different attributes they had from Mario 2. Egad fucking finally! I've been demanding this since Mario 2. Seriously, it was a great idea. It's great to see him back. And the reason I'm excited, not only does this look more interesting than 3D Land did, but I think the bigger, more open 3D environments will lend themselves better to multiplayer. I went to the Nintendo E3 at Best Buy thing, and I saw some people playing this, and I saw people just scattering in all different directions. One person's bashing blocks on the right side, another person's stomping Goombas on the left side. They're running all over the place. It was like some kind of bizarre Mario gauntlet, which I'm totally fucking cool with. I really think this will work out better as a 4-player cooperative Mario experience than the 2D ones do. Speaking of 2D, Donkey Kong Country Tropical Freeze, which always makes me want a slushie every time I say the name, also looks awesome. I'm sorry, Donkey Kong Country Returns was great. It's what New Super Mario Bros. Should have been. It really gets how to do a 2.5D platformer, and this looks to continue the trend. And again, more playable characters. Playable Dixie. Fuck yeah, I would prefer Tiny, but yeah, fucking playable Dixie. More playable characters, always a good thing. And I know someone out there is gonna say, oh, but that's what ruined Sonic. No, the playable characters isn't what fucked up Sonic. It was the fact that they gave each one a completely different play style, okay? If they all played like variants of Sonic, we wouldn't have had a problem. Go play Sonic Advance 1 and 2 if you don't believe me. Those have 4 and 5 playable characters, and they're fucking great. The other characters didn't ruin a damn thing because they played like Sonic. It's like Sonic and Knuckles. Speaking of Sonic, oh my god, Sonic Lost World's looking fucking awesome. I get that a bunch of people are still like, oh, but the Sonic cycle. Look, people, we have had 2 good Sonics in a row, and they didn't come out of nowhere. This was a natural evolution from Sonic Unleashed. I think Sega's got the hang of this. They could fuck it up, I know, but I think Sega actually has a formula that works for Sonic in 3D. This game looks awesome. I really gotta applaud the fact that it actually looks like a different game and not like a damn rehash. In fact, it looks kinda like Sonic Extreme, which is funny. I'm really excited. I'm disappointed that it doesn't have multiple playable characters. It is just gonna be Sonic. A little disappointing, but you know, looks like a fun time. Speaking of Sonic and Nintendo and all that, what I did play at Best Buy was Mario Kart 8, which I gotta say visually looks amazing. I like that coins are back. I like the custom carts. It really feels like a combination of Mario Kart 7 and Mario Kart Wii. However, I gotta say the anti-gravity thing doesn't really add a lot to the game from what I played of it. And I gotta be honest, Sonic and All-Stars Racing Transformed is a lot better to me personally. In fact, if I ever get around to reviewing that game, I'm bumping up the review score now. Mario Kart 8's still good, it's still just Mario Kart. Nintendo isn't really stepping their game up beyond the graphics, which look amazing. Speaking of looking amazing, favorite trailer of E3, the new Monolith Soft RPG X. Oh my god! This fucking game! This right here. Alright, I want a damn explanation. The Wii U is basically just a 360 or PS3, arguably slightly less powerful, right? These things have been around like 6-7 years, right? So, in 6-7 years, why didn't anybody produce anything that looks like this? This right here. This is what a modern JRPG is supposed to fucking look like. This! Oh my god, it's gorgeous, it's huge, it's wide open world, it's got giant robots. Oh, this looks amazing. I noticed something really peculiar in this one scene. It says player 1, 2, 3, and 4. So could this be multiplayer? I'm really curious about that, but again, super fucking excited. Game looks great. I can't wait to get my hands on it. This is one of those things that make me say I'm glad I have a Wii U, even though there's no fucking games on it at the moment. Again, the Nintendo conference just blew my mind. And then there's Bayonetta 2. Egad, I almost forgot about that. Bayonetta 2 is looking fucking awesome. Love the new hairstyle. Looks great. Also, there's the wonderful 101. Once again, still looking fucking awesome. Can't wait to get my hands on this thing. Also, what they didn't show in the Nintendo Direct was a game called Yoshi's New Island. Look, I consider Yoshi's Island to be the best damn platformer ever made. However, I was really disappointed in Yoshi's Island DS. Yoshi's New Island, fingers crossed, okay? Fingers fucking crossed. I really hope it's a good game. Also, yeah, there was Pokemon. I don't even need to really say anything about that. In terms of other games outside of these companies, though, Rayman Legends I am very excited about. If you're unfamiliar, Rayman Legends was supposed to have already been released on Wii U. However, like a week before it was supposed to come out, they decided to delay it in order to release it on all the platforms, which they didn't tell the dev team that they were overworking for 6 months and hadn't gone home to visit their families, and now they're all pissed off, and as soon as they finish the game, they're fucking walking. Having said that, they feel for the fans as such because of the huge delay to put it on all the other consoles and put it into the Christmas release window. They're actually adding, supposedly, 30 more stages. So they're making it worth our while on top of a bunch of new features. So that's really nice. I'm very happy about that. Of course, this leads to the inevitable question, who gives a fuck about Rayman? Which I actually agreed with until they introduced Barbara. I'm sorry, 2 axe-wielding barbarian women in the same year? Thank you, game industry! It's been long enough, egad! These things aren't anywhere near as common as you think they are. So, happy times there, yeah, now I suddenly care about the game! And having given it a chance, because you can actually download a sort of demo thingamajig called the Rayman Legends Challenges app on the Wii U. It's completely free, so if you have a Wii U, you should do that. Yeah, having given it a shot, it blew me the fuck away. I love the visuals. It's gorgeous 2D. I mean, yeah, it's no Odin Sphere, but it still looks nice. I love the visual style, which has like this slightly dark tinge to it, but it's also cartoony and silly. It's I think that's a French thing for some reason. The controls are spot the fuck on, super tight. When you're playing the challenges, you really grow to appreciate that. It controls way better than Super Mario Brothers U, okay? It feels great. It feels like this is what it should have been. I am absolutely loving the game. However, I have to say, I really feel sorry for Rayman the character. I mean, seriously, he keeps getting his thunder stolen. First by the damn Rabbids, who now are way more popular than him, are getting their own damn TV show on Nickelodeon, and now Barbara. I'm sorry, did you see that new trailer? That was all Barbara. Heck, every trailer is all Barbara. Let's be real here, Barbara's the real main character of this fucking game. Also, boob physics. I did not see that coming. Still, I'm excited. Game looks awesome. You should all get excited, because The game is awesome! Just trust me on this one. This is some good platforming action. Right the fuck here. Speaking of boob physics, DOA 5 Ultimate. You know, you'd think I'd be more pissed off about this. I love DOA 5. I bought the collector's edition at launch. I gave it a great score. I was telling everyone to go out and buy it. And now, a year later, they're doing an Ultimate edition, of course. However, I'm actually pretty pumped. See, I wish they were doing it as an expansion pack, but I also understand the reasoning behind doing a boxed release, because, like, they tried to expand DOA 5, and they did do a bit of an expansion, but it had a ton of trouble getting through Microsoft's dumbass patching process. It was more trouble than it was worth. I think they just said, look, we've got way too many suggestions, we need to implement them way too fast, and it's going to take up way too much space, and we need to remarket this thing, so let's do it as a new boxed release. And they're adding a ton. There's 5 new characters, including Momiji and Rachel from Ninja Gaiden, along with adding the much-demanded Leon and Ein, and hey, Jackie Bryant's there too. They're adding new stages, they're adding new outfits, they're tweaking the training mode to make it even more awesome, they're adding new moves, and this is the part where everyone goes, oh man, I wasted all that money on that DLC, and now everyone's just gonna get it free in the Ultimate Edition, and other people are like, oh, I'm glad I didn't get the regular edition, now I get all the DLC for free. No, that's actually not how it works. See, if you buy the boxed release of DOA 5 Ultimate, it does come with some of the DLC as unlockables, but not all of it. Some of the DLC, like namely the swimsuits of the school uniforms, still have to be purchased because, you see, all the DOA 5 DLC is forwards compatible with DOA 5 Ultimate. So any outfit you already bought is unlocked from the start, and, you know, the swimsuits and the school uniforms, everyone has to buy them from DOA 5 anyway. Most of the new outfits are just that, they're actually new outfits that they're adding to the game. Highly appreciated that they're working it like this. I cannot complain. And also, the digital release is still backwards compatible with the DOA 5 DLC, but it doesn't come with any. The digital release being one of the many free-to-play fighting game releases that have suddenly cropped up. Only unlike Killer Instinct, which is fucking itself by having only Jago, probably because they only have 5 characters ready at launch, because they're selling an unfinished game, with DOA 5 Ultimate, you actually get 4 characters, Kasumi, Ayane, Hayate, and Hayabusa, completely free. You can use all the characters in training mode to try them out. You can play them online. The only thing you're missing is story mode. You pay $4 per character. Honestly, I'm pretty cool with this, because number 1, it means there will always be opponents for me to kick the asses of, and number 2, it means there's no fucking excuse not to give the game a fucking chance. It's fucking free. I mean, if nothing else, all you elitist fighting game assholes can go download the free version and show everyone how much of a quote-unquote scrub game it is. Bring it the fuck on. You're gonna learn you a thing or two. Moving on, though. Oh my god! Dragon's Crown. I know I raved about that one last year as well, but I am super excited. Look, the fact that it's a side-scrolling beat-em-up from Vanillaware with these graphics is enough to get me excited. Axe-wielding Barbarian Woman, even more so. But here's the kicker. It's gonna be a full boxed release, and it's gonna feel like it. They're saying 50-hour-long main quest. Skill trees, skill systems, special moves, combos, tons and tons of shit. This is gonna be a full, fleshed-out game, because they actually want to compete with Monster Hunter. They want some of that Monster Hunter crowd. But here's the twist. Here's the thing this thing does that Monster Hunter doesn't do. Not only does it have online play, it has 4-player offline play as well. 50-hour-long 4-player offline local co-op. I'm sorry, how fucking long has it been since anything has attempted such a lengthy 4-player co-op experience? I mean, yeah, there's Borderlands for 2-player co-op, but this is a fucking thing. I am super pumped. Take my money. This almost makes up for them closing the Dungeon Fighter servers. Oh yeah, that happened during E3 too. Yeah, Dungeon Fighter, kind of this kick-ass Korean side-scrolling beat-em-up MMO with a huge-ass move list and combo system. And it's totally fucking awesome, and I waited 5 fucking years for it to get a US release. Yeah, Nexon decided to close the servers. They were like, yeah, it's not making enough money for the updates that we gotta do, because we cannibalize the game. On the plus side, this is what the servers looked like at midnight when they were supposed to close the game. I later discovered that it looks like they had to boot every single player individually. I was not booted until 4:21 a.m. Pacific. 4 hours and 21 minutes after they were supposed to close. If there is any fucking consolation for them taking my favorite MMO, it would be the fact that we gave them hell to the very end. Those incompetent fucks. Oh well, at least PSO2 is here, so I can just move on and play that, because that's the MMO I really want to be playing. Oh wait, it isn't. What the fuck, Sega? Come the fuck on! You haven't said a damn thing about the US release other than, it's delayed. What the fuck is happening? I want answers. I want to know what's taking so long. Because I got like 15 fucking people waiting in the wings for the US release. Yes, I've played the Japanese version. I know they can play the Japanese version. I know about the English patch. But I can't give Sega my money if I'm playing the Japanese version, and I want to give Sega my money. I need the Hilbert set. It looks awesome. Come on, Sega! Release the game in America, I will give you money! Jeez, it's like they don't understand how this works! Where the fuck's my 3D Space Harrier 2 on the 3DS? Jeez! Take my money, Sega! Well, on the plus side, they were at least listening to one thing. Hatsune Miku Project Diva F is coming to America. Did not see that coming. Yeah, decent little music game. It's kind of weird that it's coming to America, in fact, but I applaud it. If you're wondering, just yay, that's a good thing. Also, Earth Defense Force 2025. Oh my god, yes! I am so pumped about this game. 4 different classes, 4-player online co-op. I'm going to assume it'll still have split screen, because it's very clear this is the same damn engine as 2017. In fact, you know what I like? I like the fact that they actually confirmed there's going to be slowdown and frame rate drops in the trailers. They're not even hiding it. They're like, yup, welcome to Earth Defense Force, bitches. This is how we do. And yeah, I can't complain. Because sometimes there are more important things than a steady frame rate and a lack of slowdown. I mean, really, did you play Insect Armageddon? It was a piece of fucking shit. There's more important things. That being giant-ass, ridiculous explosions, obscene numbers of enemies, and an insane sense of scale. Look, EDF 2017, I know I'm alone on this, I consider it the greatest example of gaming as a medium. Like, available on consoles. Fuck BioShock Infinite. EDF 2017 is way better. Just as an experience. And so I am super excited about being able to play that co-op with more characters. Again, multiple playable characters. Always a good thing. And lastly, I think I'm having a hard time remembering just all the great things shown at E3. You ever hear the game Obscure? It was sort of this cooperative survival horror game on the original Xbox, got a sequel on PS2 and Wii, but the sequel wasn't as good. You remember that thing? Yeah, it was actually going to get a reboot as a brightly colored side-scrolling beat-em-up. which is a little weird. Well, they just changed the name. Apparently it's going to be called Final Exam now. Very smart move, because really, what the fuck does this even have to do with Obscure? Game looks fucking awesome. Let's not divide the fan base. I can't wait to get my hands on this. It's coming to Xbox Live Arcade, supposedly pretty soon. And oh yeah, Project X Zone is coming. Where the fuck is the hype? This game looks amazing. Oh my god, strategy with friggin' action combos where you hit the buttons and you do the combos. You can get a demo on the 3DS shop. Looks amazing. Gonna be awesome. Where is the hype? I don't even fucking know. Dude! Senko and Frank West summon Bruce Willis. What other game does that happen in? Just all the hype! All the hype! Oh yeah, also there was Saints Row 4, which is adding giant robots, which was the one thing I said they needed to add to Saints Row the 3rd. And actually, come to think of it, there are giant robots in, like, everything this E3. Was that like, the theme? Like, not that I'm complaining. I think giant robots make everything better, regardless of what it is. Puzzle games, dating sims, fucking anything is better with giant robots, so I'm cool with that. Survival horror would be better with giant robots, so would stealth, but yeah, it just kinda took me by surprise that everyone decided it's giant robot time. Oh yeah, and then there's that new Link to the Past. Then there was, like, the Shin Megami Tensei 4 for the 3DS, and there was Killer is Dead, which is coming out, and that looks pretty cool, and then there was D4. Look, what I'm saying here is that there are actually so many fuck-awesome games this E3 that I actually can't keep track of them all. There's actually too much good, and I'm not gonna be asked to try to list everything that has me hella hyped. There's that much here, okay? I've already gone on for like an hour about how great this E3 was. Oh wow, I almost forgot about Tales of Xillia. I'm sorry, I like me some Western developers and all, but this right here, this is why I love Japanese developers. This game is so unapologetically Japanese, and I love it. I mean, just look at it. If you're new to the Tales of series, good news, each one is actually a standalone title, so you can just jump in whenever. The only thing that really links them together is various gameplay mechanics, mostly their combat system, which is action-based and really combo-centric, and frequently supports multiplayer, though it's sort of a tacked-on feature. Even then, they continually change up the battle system, so it's not like it's the same damn game over and over again. One of the things I like about the game, though, indeed one of my favorite ways to describe it, is if Final Fantasy is like the Hollywood blockbuster of RPGs, all flashy and super cinematic, Tales of is like a 2-season-long anime series. I really do mean that in the best way possible. They do crank these out relatively frequently, like they've made like 6 or 7 of these this generation, possibly more, depending on what counts. I'm only counting the mainline ones, it's still a question of which ones. There's been tons of spin-offs. So they crank them out relatively frequently, but they're not half-assed or rehashes or low budget. They put serious funding into them. Basically, if Final Fantasy is a AAA game, this is like a single A game, but like in the best way possible, because the result is that these games aren't trying to be super cinematic, immersive experiences. They're just trying to be a JRPG, and that's what I love. They're like JRPGs and proud. They're not gonna try to bullshit up some excuse for their mechanics or remove things because the mechanic doesn't make sense because it's too weird. No, we got wonder chefs and a title system and all sorts of stupid, weird crap, and I love it. Tales of Xillia especially has me intrigued. If I recall correctly, one of its main things is that you're supposed to play through the game twice. You get to choose which main character you want. Milla, the woman, or Jude, the one guy. And, like, they're both team up for most of the quest, but sometimes they split off and you can choose who you want to focus on as the main character. You're supposed to play through it twice. I think that's how it works. It looks great. I love the character designs. I can't wait to sink my teeth into this thing. Egad, I was actually so hyped about this E3, I nearly forgot about Smash Brothers. Friggin' Smash Brothers. Yeah, it's coming to both 3DS and Wii U, and it looks like Smash Brothers, and it's gonna have Mega Man. I guess the reason I wasn't that hyped was because I was so disappointed in Brawl. I really hope the controls are better this time around. And I am worried because they're saying that they want the Wii U and 3DS ones to have the same characters in each of them, because there's going to be some interconnectivity, and the limits on 3DS cartridge size is going to limit how many characters they put in. I really hope that means they don't cut too many characters. I have a bad habit of picking characters that get cut. Like in Melee, I mained Mewtwo, and Brawl, I mained Rob, and we could probably bet that Rob's gonna get cut. I have a strange feeling I'm going to be maining Wii Fit Trainer this time around, who's probably going to get cut. Just calling it now. Still, I love me some Smash Brothers. Totally picking this up. Actually, you know what was really kind of funny this E3 was the indie devs thing. Seriously, in all three of the press conferences, all the presenters talked about how they're really catering to the indie developers. They really care about the indie developers.
Nobody has been more committed to supporting independent game development than Xbox.
Nintendo is also committed to expanding our digital offerings and supporting the growth of our digital developer community. As a developer myself, I am constantly impressed by the creativity and innovation in games for Nintendo eShop that we see from our many independent developers.
And then Sony comes in, and they're all like, yeah, not only do we care about indie developers, here they are on stage with their games that are coming to PS4. In fact, they were giving out these shirts to the developers. Apparently, the big news this time around is that Sony's going to let indie devs publish their own games, which actually brings me to a game that wasn't at E3 and isn't promised for PlayStation 4. It's just coming to PC so far, but I'm super pumped about it. I swear, I don't normally get that into indie games, but there's like one every year that I actually care about. This year, it's Starbound. Now, I know you're probably looking at this and you're thinking, hey, that looks like Terraria. Yeah, one of the Terraria people is involved, but it goes beyond that. Basically, the concept is that your home planet's been blown up, and now you're trying to find a new home planet, so it's about space travel. So you go to multiple randomly generated worlds full of, get this, randomly generated monsters. And randomly generated dungeons. There are these randomly generated NPCs that are supposed to give you randomly generated quests in randomly generated towns. Yeah, the game is pretty random. There is supposed to be a main storyline. I hope it doesn't get in the way of the randomness, though, because the reasoning behind the randomness is that they really want to make you feel like an explorer. That's the shtick here. You're an explorer, you're exploring outer space, and they want to make you feel like you're going into the unknown, and what's more unknown than randomly generated fucking everything. And I'm super pumped about that because I've always wanted a game like this. Seriously, I was dreaming of a game like this back in high school, except I was imagining it top-down and medieval, but still, I wanted just full-blown random generation. I've already pre-purchased the game. I'm getting in that beta. I can't wait. Also, yes, it does have the whole building thing stuff. Once you claim a home planet, you can terraform it, you can build buildings, and you can invite your favorite randomly generated NPCs to live there. And the building looks like it's better too, because you use like this gravity gun thing, so you can drag and drop, and it looks like it'll be just way more streamlined and way faster to build things. I'm just pumped. This game looks fun. This is like my indie game I'm actually excited about this year. Oh, one more freaking thing. Fantasia, music evolved from harmonics, is actually not Dance Central Disney. It's instead some kind of weird gesture-based conducting music game, weird trippy thing. All I know is that it's actually something kind of new and different, and I'm excited about that. And the good news is that it's coming to both 360 and Xbox One, so I'm just going to get on 360 because it looks like it might actually be some kind of a thing. Anyway, there you go. E3 2013, best E3 in years, so much to be excited about. We came in expecting the death of gaming, and what we see is the brightest future. Indeed, that standing ovation was fucking deserved. I'm Gel, you've been GameBabble, I'm hella pumped. See ya.